If you've ever had to manage a really dense server rack, you know, the real challenge isn't always the hardware specs, it's just physically getting to the machine.
Right.
And today we're doing a deep dive on a piece of gear that's designed to solve exactly that problem. It's the NTI RACMUX-V17HR-N KVM drawer.
Sort of the unsung hero of the data center, isn't it? And it's not
Mhm.
cheap. We're talking about an $1,800 unit.
Yeah.
So our mission here is to figure out why, to look past the spec sheet and find the engineering choices that make this more than just a monitor and keyboard in a drawer.
Okay, so let's unpack the physical side first. It's a 1RU form factor, which is standard, but the depth is adjustable for racks from 24 up to 40 inches.
And that's a nice touch, for sure. But the real money, the real engineering, is hiding in the parts that move. Or, more importantly, the parts that don't move when you don't want them to.
What do you mean?
Well, the whole thing is rugged steel, durable powder coat finish. But the genius is in the hinges for the monitor. They're not standard hinges. They're specialized torque friction hinges.
Ah, okay, so we're talking about a hinge that provides a specific measurable amount of resistance.
Exactly. It means that 17-inch monitor isn't going to wobble, it won't spring back at you, and it's not going to just slam shut while you're trying to type.
Which, if you're an engineer leaning over this thing at 3 a.m., is a huge deal.
It's everything.
Yeah.
And that focus on stability, it extends to the drawer itself. When you pull it out, it locks into place.
So no accidental sliding.
None. And they've thought about the whole workflow. Quick release latches on the front, an internal cable arm so nothing gets snagged. It's all designed so one person can install and manage it without a headache.
That tough exterior has to support some pretty versatile internals, though. We're often dealing with, decades of different hardware in a single rack.
We are, and this KVM acts as that critical bridge. The big tell is that it works with both modern USB and legacy PS2 systems.
And that PS2 port says a lot.
It says this is for serious infrastructure. Places that can't afford to modernize everything all at once. And the OS support reflects that too. It'll run everything from Windows Server 2012 to Solaris and old Mac OS versions. Basically, if it has a console, this can probably manage it.
Let's talk about the display on this specific model, the V17HR-N. It's a 1920 by 1200 resolution. That seems like overkill for a rack console.
You'd think so, but it's actually critical. When you're trying to read dense log files or complex command line outputs, that high resolution means less scrolling and a much clearer picture of what's going on.
I see. And they also include that front panel USB 1.1 port, which, again, seems a little dated.
It does, but think about a secure environment. A slow, simple port for a flash drive or a license key is often much safer than a high-speed, more complex one. It's a deliberate choice.
And that choice points us to its more niche applications, right?
It absolutely does. The standard model takes AC power, but they sell a specific 24-volt version.
Okay, so why is that DC power option so important?
Because it's designed specifically for the 24-volt telecom environment. Think remote cell towers, relay stations, places where standard wall power might not be reliable or even available.
These are mission-critical spots.
The most critical. And that audience demands proven reliability. That's why NTI actually publishes the mean time between failures for this unit. It's rated for over 40,000 hours.
So when you put this all together, what you're really looking at is a piece of hardware that's defined by just an extreme commitment to robustness.
Physical and electrical, yeah.
Every single detail, from the steel chassis to those hinges to the DC power option, it's all about surviving in these really demanding, specialized environments.
And, it leaves you with a pretty interesting thought. The fact that this brand new, expensive piece of equipment has to include a decades-old PS2 port says so much about the challenges of system management. It makes you wonder, how long do we have to support these old interfaces, and what's the hidden cost of all that complexity year after year?